Welcome back to another episode, GW. I'm Matthew Cox, and this is GWeek from home. With the coronavirus pandemic creating financial hardships for many students here at GW, SMPA professor Stephen Roberts announced the creation of the Cokie Roberts Tuition Relief Fund to help support students. The fund, which is named after his late wife and renowned journalist Cokie Roberts, will award grants of $5,000 to SMPA students who meet the criteria and applied by the September 14th deadline. The World Health Organization warned of a very serious second wave of coronavirus infections occurring in Europe. According to Hans Klug, the European Regional Director, quote, "Weekly cases have now exceeded those reported when the pandemic first peaked in March," end quote. This alarming message comes days after the British Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, announced new restrictions banning gatherings of more than 6 people. The Black Lives Matter movement has been especially present in big cities across the country, including DC. The recent police shooting of Dion K., right here in the district, ignited demonstrations, and students all across the country are getting involved seeking justice. Here at GW, organizations like the Black Student Union are looking to create spaces and empower Black students at GW. Madeline Taylor has the story.
Throughout the summer, the deaths of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and countless other lives ignited large protests across the country. Black Lives Matter, a political and social movement advocating for nonviolent civil disobedience, is leading the movement against police brutality and white supremacy. On Thursday, September 2nd, 18-year-old Dion K. was fatally shot by a Metropolitan Police officer following August's March on Washington. K's death sparked another cry for reform within the D.C. community and beyond with the support of different organizations. Black Lives Matter D.C. has created a fundraiser to support K's family. Additionally, the GW Black Student Union is also demanding more commitment to recognition of each life lost while acknowledging and acting towards social reform, in addition to other organization initiatives. We sat down with 2 members of the GW Black Student Union, an organization that gives Black students the opportunity to be involved with advocacy around campus. We discussed the organization's initiatives, the death of Dion K., and their involvement in the movement around Washington, D.C.
Founded in 1968, the George Washington University Black Student Union's goal, above all else, is to create a Black experience where all Black students feel supported, welcomed, advocated for, and cared for. Black Student Union is really like a safe space for Black people around campus. And then also we do promote advocacy work throughout the DC area, being that we have a lot of Black students in the DC area, and then just in general, Black people in the DC area. So we make sure that no matter what, we try to attend to and promote the Blackness around us and inside campus.
The DC community has been experiencing police violence before Dion K., and substantial change can only happen in DC with an entire overhaul of understanding how we view systematic racism in DC and across the country. And we want the DC community to be engaged, not just because of Dion K., but to promote and understand that Black life needs to be protected at all costs.
The organization is currently working on a campaign towards anti-voter suppression, while also advocating for DC to be a safe place for Black students, in person or virtually. For GWeek, this is Madeline Taylor.
Thanks, Madeline. College football is back, with Florida State University and Georgia Tech facing off last weekend as one of the bigger games. The Southeastern Conference and the Atlantic Coast Conference are holding on to a fall season amidst a pandemic. Stadiums are at a smaller capacity, so many students and fans packed into bars to watch games with seemingly no social distancing or masks. Some colleges are postponing upcoming games altogether after reports of Jermaine Stevens, a 20-year-old California University of Pennsylvania student who recently died of COVID-19. Well, that's all we have this week. Don't forget to visit gw-tv.com and follow us on Instagram at GWeekNews. From our homes to wherever you may be, stay safe, GW.